For decades, a phrase has echoed across Europe. Poland, the last white European country. It's a powerful idea, one that has been used to define a nation's identity and its place in a changing world. But is it a factual reality or a convenient myth? We're going to examine how Poland's demographic history has created a unique situation and why recent powerful forces are now challenging this long-held perception. The demographic reality of Poland today, with its overwhelming ethnic homogeneity, is not a simple fact of history. It's the direct and profound result of cataclysmic events in the 20th century. Before World War II, Poland was a vibrant, multi-ethnic country. Its population was a rich mosaic of different nationalities, including the largest Jewish community in Europe, as well as significant numbers of Ukrainians, Belarusians, and Germans. This was a normal, well-established state of affairs. The Holocaust, however, systematically and tragically erased this diversity, annihilating millions of lives and fundamentally altering the nation's cultural and ethnic fabric. This was followed by the post-war redrawing of borders, which involved massive forced population transfers. Ethnic Germans were expelled from Poland's new Western territories, and ethnic Poles were relocated from the lands now incorporated into the Soviet Union. These events, driven by war and political decisions, created a country that was, for the first time in centuries, nearly ethnically uniform. The homogeneity that emerged was not a slow, natural evolution, but a sudden, violent consequence of war and geopolitical rearrangement. For many years, this demographic uniformity was largely preserved. Throughout the decades of communism, and even after its fall, Poland was a country of emigration rather than immigration. Young Poles sought economic opportunities in Western Europe, and this trend of outward migration reinforced the idea of Poland as a closed, culturally uniform nation. This long period of stability and relative isolation from major migration flows allowed the perception of Poland as the last white European country to solidify, becoming a common point of reference both within and outside its borders. The country was seen as a bulwark of a traditional European identity, untouched by the diversity and multiculturalism that was becoming a defining feature of Western nations. However, over the last decade, this reality has been fundamentally altered by new migration patterns. Poland's robust economy has turned it into a major destination for people seeking work and a better life. This is a dramatic reversal of the country's historical role as a source of emigration. The most significant influx has come from its immediate neighbors to the east, particularly Ukraine and Belarus. This was a trend well underway before 2022, with hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians working in Poland's agriculture, construction, and service sectors. But the full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine accelerated this process to an unprecedented degree. Millions of Ukrainian refugees sought safety in Poland, and the country's population saw a sudden, massive increase in its non-Polish residents. This event alone has been the single most powerful factor in transforming Poland's demographic profile, introducing a new, large, and highly visible minority into its society. But the shift is not limited to Eastern Europe. Poland is also experiencing a growing, though smaller, wave of immigration from other parts of the world. People from Central and South Asia, the Middle East, and Africa are increasingly choosing Poland as a destination for work, study, and a new life. While these groups are not as numerous as the Ukrainian population, their presence in major Polish cities is a clear indicator that the country's demographic story is becoming more global and complex. The once uniform streets of Polish cities are becoming more diverse, reflecting a new reality that challenges the old static perceptions. New communities are forming, new businesses are opening, and the long-standing notion of a single Polish identity is being expanded and redefined. The socio-cultural landscape is now a dynamic one, where traditions are meeting new influences. So, to return to our initial question, is white Poland a fact? The answer is more nuanced than a simple yes or no. Historically, its current homogeneity is a fact, but it is a tragic one born of war. The idea that this is a permanent state is now being proven false by ongoing powerful trends in migration. The phrase has become less a factual description and more a political or ideological concept, used to romanticize a past that was itself created by trauma and to ignore a present that is already different. Poland's story is one of a nation that, through immense historical forces, became homogeneous and is now, through the equally powerful forces of economic growth and global movement, becoming more diverse once again. The country's future identity will not be defined by a single, static label, but by its capacity to adapt and integrate the new populations that are now calling Poland home. What are your thoughts on Poland's evolving demographics? Did anything in this video surprise you? Let us know in the comments below, and if this deep dive sparked your interest, we have plenty more videos exploring the complex stories behind nations and cultures. You can find another one right here on the screen. And while you're at it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content that challenges the headlines. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.